it's Anastasia Forrest, broker associate with eXp Realty. Welcome back to my channel and thank you for watching. I want to talk about 3 things that you should do before you buy a house. And I'm really excited to get into those details. But before I do, if you're enjoying my videos, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button so I can know that you're watching and keep on making them for you and you won't miss anything. And with that said, let's get started. Okay, so you're thinking about buying a house. Let's talk about 3 things that you should definitely do before you start the process. First of all, I encourage you to reach out to a local lender. You can do this by calling your bank, or you can get referrals. You can ask a trusted realtor that you know to give you some recommendations of local lenders that work in your area. And what you'll do when you call the bank and get connected with a loan officer. Lender is, by the way, just an overall umbrella term to discuss, to refer to the company or entity that's going to be lending you the money. But the first point of contact you're going to be working with is somebody that's called a loan officer. That's usually what they're referred to as. And that's going to be your main point of contact between you and the company that's going to be loaning you that money. So once you have a loan officer, what you're going to do is you're going to want to ask them, how much can you qualify for? That is, how much of a purchase price are you going to be able to handle with your debt to income ratio and all your particular financial details. So you're going to find out how much you're going to be pre-qualified to purchase for. And you're also going to want to find out what loan type they recommend, because that's going to give you an idea of how much money you need to save up. For example, if you go with a conventional 20% down loan, you know that you're going to have to save up 20% for your down payment, and you also know that you're not going to have PMI. PMI is mortgage insurance that you'd have to pay monthly on top of your bill. So if you can save up 20%, that's a great way to avoid paying that extra fee. But if you're looking to do a lower down payment and you're a first-time home buyer, there are other options for you. Most likely you could probably get as low as potentially 5% or 3%, or even sometimes I've seen 1% down. It totally depends on the lender and what they can do for you. So I definitely, again, recommend the very first thing you should do is reach out, talk to a lender. You don't have to commit to anything. You're just feeling out options. And then once you're really ready to go start shopping, you're going to want a pre-qualification letter in writing, in hand, right from the lender that you can use to make offers on houses. It's just something you're going to need when it's time to make those offers to show that you can buy that house. Second of all, this ties into the first one, money. It's all definitely buying something. It involves money. So you knew I'm going to talk about money. You need to save up some money, okay? And you're probably wondering how much you're going to need. Well, in order to use, basically the first expenses you're going to have when you're in the process of buying a house are going to be your earnest money deposit and money for inspections and appraisal. An inspection can run you anywhere from $375 even up to $600 if there are other things to inspect, such as a swimming pool or a septic tank. And it could even be possibly a little more if there's some kind of specialty inspections that you'd like to have done. You can generally get a really basic inspection for about $375. The other costs that you're going to have as you proceed on this transaction process are also the cost of the appraisal. An appraisal generally is going to be about $500, and the bank is going to charge you for that. That's going to happen once you've passed the inspections and you know that you'd like to buy this house. And then the other cost that I will go back and hit because I kind of skipped over it, earnest money. Earnest money is also known as a good faith deposit, and that is a percentage of the purchase price that you're going to go ahead and put down. Once you go under contract, the title company is going to hold on to that money for you, and it's going to show that seller that you are serious, that you intend to proceed with the purchase of this property. And that earnest money is like a little down payment. And it can be usually around 1% of the purchase price, though sometimes in a competitive marketplace, you'll see this earnest money be more, and if it's a little more, it gives the seller, even he's like, oh, they have more skin in the game. They really want to buy this house. It's kind of like a message to the seller. So keep in mind, you're gonna need, I'd say go ahead and set aside about $1,000 for inspections and appraisal. And then also keep in mind that earnest money. So if you're gonna buy a $300,000 house, you're gonna want at least $3,000 to go ahead and have ready to go and put in your earnest fund for that house. Last but not least, you're gonna wanna find a local realtor to work with. I recommend, asking around. If you do a Facebook question about this, by the way, in your local community, if you're feeling lonely, do this in your Facebook local community, because you will get hundreds of responses. People love to just chime in and recommend realtors, and then the realtors start commenting, and it's crazy. I've seen it happen. Anyway, so you could do that if you want some entertainment, or you can Google, maybe use YouTube and find agents. And I recommend finding somebody that really is an expert in your local area that you're looking at, because they're gonna know the market inside and out and be able to not only get you in to see the houses you want to see, but also get your offer accepted and give you insight into what's going to work with the sellers in that area. So I hope this video has been helpful. If you're looking in St. Augustine, Florida, I'd love to help you out. I will put my number in this video. People have been asking me for it, so I'm going to include that in this video. And in the meantime, I'm also going to include a link to my free buyer's guide to give you more detailed info about what this process looks like. You can find that link in the details in my comments below this video. And I wish you all the best, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.